This is what was written today, front page Sydney Morning Herald. Financial markets had said there was a 100% chance that the RBA was going to hold the cash rate steady.
Correct.
Most economists also believed that the bank would pause. So why did they jump where they jumped?
Very simple. The governor's about to be sacked.
Yes.
The government is spending money like there's no tomorrow. They're putting up, there's a wage increase coming through for 300,000 people, 15% increase on the 1st of July. They're talking about putting up JobKeeper. They've just spent $35 million, which they say is off budget. They're going to be spending, of the $90 billion that's going to come in as extra revenue, are they going to take that off the bottom line? Not on your Nelly. So what you've got coming is the Reserve Bank was bound, in my view, and it's not something I'm doing with hindsight. I always thought they would put up interest rates this month.
So, Stephen, also
Today.
just want to point out to people, one of the things that goes into the basket of goods in and around that we decide inflation on is tobacco. So an increase in taxes is going to also lead to a potential change in the mix of what's happening with inflation. But watch this space. They'll take tobacco out of the basket of goods when they're reorganising everything with the new Reserve Bank. But how often do you think it's going to be, or how nakedly obvious is this, that the Treasurer has said the current people who set interest rate policy won't be getting it? There'll be a second board that'll be doing it. So this is them responding or say, all right, right up you, pal.
I'm with you 100%, Paul. I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, let's be impolite. Let's not use polite words. The government sacked the Reserve Bank board because of its performance on interest rates. The polite description is, we're creating a second board of experts. The board was sacked. The governor is next. I'm with you 100%, Paul. He this is just vengeance. And last month's minutes, this is the hilarious part. They are so desperate to back up their analysis, they're claiming that in a few years' time there could be an inflationary impact from the immigration that the government's got coming through over the next 12, 18 months. And that's a reason why they've got to put up interest rates. Oh, my God, these people are so desperate.
Which is
so
why we're talking about
to confirm their failed analysis. No one is trying to pretend, other than you, Bronwyn, in your little world of conspiracies, no one is trying to pretend that vaping is a distraction to interest rates.
You're the one
Nobody
in the
but you,
socialist
Bronwyn.
world.
You are Robinson Crusoe on this one.
So, OK, what about the expectations of the budget? As I said, the Essential poll today, 45% of people say they have an expectation about something happening on cost of living. Interest rates, on top of everything else, everything costs more than it did 12 months ago. What can the government possibly deliver? Because if they turn around and say $1,500 cash for everyone, firstly, $0 move forward for people because that's the tax increase.
Yeah.
But the argument is if they did decide to cut a $1,000 cheque, that would be inflationary.
Well, it is inflationary.
If people have an expectation that the government that promised it will all get better under them has an opportunity to do so in the budget, can they possibly deliver on their own expectations here?
Well, they promised 97 times before the last election that power bills would go down by $275. Try getting one member of the ALP to even say that number. It's just incredible. So unless they're bringing in the $275 energy rebate somehow or other for people's electricity bills, cost of living, well, we've seen people today are going to take another hit on their mortgage. If you smoke, you're going to pay more for your cigarettes. Everything we know has gone up. I don't see how this government can deliver any cost of living pressure because everything they're doing is increasing spending and putting pressure everywhere in the economy. And their rush to renewables is creating more problems. It's everywhere you look, there's more and more problems. And how the Australian people are still looking at this government and thinking that they're delivering on what they said pre-election, I have no idea because every promise they made has been broken.